Hey you beautiful gamers, my name is Nick and welcome to Game Away Gazette, an ongoing series where I compile the latest and most interesting happenings in the gaming industry and compile them into an easy to digest video. Let's hop right into it. Of all the excuses a third party could ever use to not bring their game to a Nintendo platform, Lawbreaker developer Dan Nani has likely come up with the best one ever. In an interview with Gaming Bolt, Dan stated that the Switch does not have the same amount of buttons as the PS4 controller and therefore will not be coming to the console. Now, unless he's talking about the Joy-Con by itself, he could be right, but it's not a requirement for every game, so by that he's definitely wrong. Dan Nani, as well as the official Lawbreaker Twitter, has since apologized for the error stating, "Our bad," and yes, I was wrong about the Switch button count. Now that the button count has been resolved, when will the Switch version be released? Just like the original Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is also getting a Steelbook dual release. The package naturally comes with both games included, and the outer art features two legendaries, while the inner art has the line of the two legendaries on a gold background. By the way, this is an Amazon exclusive, and knowing Nintendo with their limited stock, you might want to get it while you have the chance. Last month, Nintendo and Hori revealed a special Splatoon 2 themed headset for the Switch. Bear with me, this is a weird name. The Switch Splatoon 2 Splat and Chat headset is based on an in-game item. God, try saying that 3 times fast. By using it, you can hear the in-game sound and voice chat at the same time while playing online. The whole setup is a bit complicated since you have to use the phone application to be able to chat. The headset releases alongside the game on July 21st, and now you can order it on Amazon.com, so get it while you can. Okay. For anyone that knows me, I love virtual reality. I love the HTC Vive, as you can see right there, and it's the best VR headset that you can get in my honest opinion. Now, when I heard that Bandai Namco was bringing Mario Kart to VR, I couldn't help but be super excited to see how exactly it would play out. I mean, imagine throwing green shells and red shells and even bananas at your opponents and seeing their faces of misery as you pass them. And according to this new footage, it looks really darn cool. There's no release date yet, but since it runs on the HTC Vive and uses the Vive trackers to, track your hand movements, I hope that Nintendo will either bring this game stateside to Round 1 and various other places, or I hope the game find its way online. Kingdom Hearts fans rejoice! From 1 o'clock p.m. to 2 p.m. specific time on Saturday, July 15th, the D23 Expo will host Level Up, the Walt Disney Video Game Showcase, which will include reveals for like Star Wars Battlefront 2, Spider-Man, and Kingdom Hearts 3. It will also be live streamed for you gamers at home. On Twitter, the Kingdom Hearts account added that there will be a special reveal for Kingdom Hearts 3 news during the live stream. Last we heard, Square Enix is planning to release Kingdom Hearts 3 by 2020. Do you think we'll get a release window or even a release date? Let me know in the comments below. The Simran Kagura series has always been known to feature crazy breast physics and completely over-sexualized girls, which in turn has gotten its own fair share of criticisms from non-gamers and gamers alike. In a PlayStation Lifestyle interview, Simran Kagura producer Kenichiro Takaki was asked about whether they thought about reducing the over-sexualization for overseas markets. Here's what he had to say. A little bit. The game started out very small, and that was a big selling point in order to move units. Now that the franchise has grown and is getting more popular, it might be worth considering having features that differ depending on where it's being sold. That way, it might be able to sell better in certain regions where it would be problematic to have that kind of content. Kenichiro also chimed in about how the series games are often written off due to a reviewer not liking the sexual content. So it's created a split between actual feedback and spewing negativity against a component that isn't for the person. Discussing Destiny 2 story with IGN, cinematic lead Matthew Ward said the first Destiny was meant to set up the world and ask a lot of questions, but not necessarily deliver too many answers, but to leave enough out there for us to build upon. Ward continued by saying they've listened to fans, have had plenty of time playtesting, and built many stories surrounding these characters in the world. He found that other people really gravitated towards a combatant or to a world. We're learning from all the feedback we got from Destiny 1 and applying it, he said. He then added this wonderful line.
I hope people complain about how much story we have at the end of this.
Actually, that would be kind of awesome.
Yeah. That'd be the Reddit thread I'd like to read. It's just too much damn story.
Game designer Warren Spector spoke to IGN recently about the current state and future of AAA game development and revealed that he doesn't care about the future of AAA gaming at all. Depending on his reasoning, he may have a point, so let's hear him out. He said the AAA gaming space is filled with a lot of same old with pretty pictures, attributing to the high cost, large teams, and big risks that are indicative of AAA game development. Now, for those unfamiliar, in the video game industry, AAA is a classification term used for games with the highest development budgets and level of promotion. A title considered to be AAA is expected to be a high-quality game and to be among the year's bestseller. Even with AAA budgets, there are some games that just don't meet the demand and expectations of gamers and end up in the bargain bin within months or even weeks beyond release. One could even blame it on the lack of innovation in gameplay, creative intervention of publishers, or even a troubled development cycle. Warren Spector said that the indie games are where creativity still thrives and where development is still improving. He said with the large number of ways to make video games and the large number of ways to reach audiences nowadays, that anybody is capable of making the game of their dreams. Many studios feel you have to have bigger games, that you have to have a bigger budget, and that they can't take risks in fear of getting lower scores on Metacritic. The AAA space is stagnant in taking risks and developing new ways to play, so it's left to indies to fill the void, somewhat. And there are a lot of crappy indie games, but when you find a good one, it gives you that proper gameplay experience that is almost non-existent in AAA titles today. But that about wraps it up for this episode. I want to give a special shout out to Geeks&Gamers.com as they have been completely supportive in this creative process. What do you guys think of Warren Spector's view on the AAA industry? Do you agree with his comments or do you disagree? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one, and as always, sit back, relax, and game away.